YouTube. Thank you for joining me for another Walk and Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Blah, blah, blah. All the other crap you gotta do. Anyways, check this out. These walking talks are just basically for your audio, especially when they're at night or early morning. It's early morning right now. It's 4 a.m. and I'm about to drop some gems. Get your notebook or have an open mind. Whatever one you can get first. Let's go. So I'm going to talk about the month I was getting ready to become emancipated from the foster care system. What happened? Not really what happened, but the wisdom and the advice that my foster dad had gave me and how it affects me today. So basically, my foster dad, I've been in several foster homes, but this one was second to my last foster home. And they cared for me. They loved me in their own little way. You know, can't ask. When you go through so many foster homes, you really can't ask much for people. You just hope they keep their word, whatever they say to you, that they honor it, you know. And so he's a very successful businessman. Lived on a golf course and all that type of stuff. Black man, beautiful black wife, beautiful home. I remember when I first moved in, they had one beautiful home, and then a few years later, they moved into an even greater beautiful home. You know what I'm saying? Just like, yeah. But anyways, that's not what the story's about. So, you know, the curiosity, the nervousness of knowing that I have to move on and, spread my wings. Turning 18. And I don't remember the actual steps that it took, because there's plenty of stories wrapped around me being emancipated. But I do remember this conversation. And I always remember what he said to me, because I thought he was going to say something so grand to me. And he was like, son, and he was never really the type that sit down with me. We really didn't hang out that much. We hung out the first week I was with him. Took me to go see Batman. I was like 16 years old. And he just took me to go see Batman. I think he fell asleep. I know he fell asleep with the movies. It was our first time being around each other, the first 2 hours. And he fell asleep. And he just took me to go see Batman because the foster mom, she wasn't home yet. Excuse me. And I'm sure he just didn't know what to do with me, so he's like, "Let me go take him to the movies." And I'm like, whatever, let's go. And but fast forward to when I actually had to leave, and he was very kind and gentle and merciful towards me. He was. Although he didn't really just spend time with me how I spend time with my exes and their kids. I invested it to them like they were mine. Go, go, go. So basically, he said, son, all you really need in life is common sense. That's what he told me. And I'm like, in my head, and what I was going through in my body, and as far as like the anxiety a tad bit of like, dang, I'm about to move on. And he was like, kind of like nonchalant while he was probably multitasking. Said, son, all you really need in life is common sense. And I was just like, okay. And I'm like, damn, that's it. And he said, come on. He said that, but he's living on a grandiose type of experience. He was living in such a grandiose type of experience compared to everybody that I've ever seen. And he was like, yeah, I mean, he worked hard. I see him get up every day. He was the vice president of the company that he worked for. I'm not going to say that. I don't know. Some weirdo might be on YouTube. But he was up there in rank. And he was like, yeah, all you need in life to succeed is common sense. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, really, nigga? That's all you gonna tell me? Really? That's the best you got? You know what I'm saying? And I gotta talk low. Because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. But I can remember in my head, we said, really? That's the best you got, you know what I'm saying? But I took it as gold, you know what I'm saying? Like, I respect him, I care for him, I love him. If this is what you got, then I'm gonna hold to it. And I already had common sense. So in my mind, I'm like, cool, I got that. You know what I'm saying? But what it really did was it helped amplify my common sense because it showed me that I had what it takes to succeed. Shit, he said that's what it takes to succeed, then debunk that. And I still live a pretty successful life. I made some wrong choices in life, and the biggest wrong choices I ever made in life were the people that I involved, that I allowed to come into my life. If I didn't allow certain people to come into my life would be straight. And I say this, but you have to look at it as, if I didn't let those people in my life, would I be as intelligent and as strong as I am? Would I have the experience? And since I was pure with the intentions of those people in my life, I was able to be delivered from the hurt that they were trying to invoke inside my life. But now I'm here to share with my subscribers my gems, my wisdom, some of my experiences that may help protect you in life. Because you might think that you have common sense, but you might be lacking in a whole lot of other areas. And trust me, if you have common sense, you have good, sound judgment. And when you walk out your door, everyone that likes you, everyone that loves you, everyone that so-called respects you is going to try to get you to question your judgment. And your judgment is your judgment to protect you. And I'm going to give you a small, simple example. Just stop. I'm gonna give you a small, simple example. Sorry. Small, simple example. No one can tell you how hot the fire is above the stove. No fool. How can you know where I'm walking you if you pulling me? How can you know how hot the flame is above the stove if you can't determine how hot it is? No one else can tell you, no, it's not that hot. Keep your hand above the flame. No, you know how hot it is. And it has to be that simple. You know, you got to start watching people around you, those who are in college, and the choices that they're making. And you got to be like, you know what? They keep going out and they keep playing around with these women, they're going to end up getting them pregnant. And that's not going to be good. You know? And it might be the type of student who don't need to study, who always get better grades than you. You always studying, and you barely just making it. But in their leisure time, they're just making all kind of foolish mistakes. And you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm not trying to get caught slipping. And that's part of you using your common sense. And even I have young homeboys who were surrounded by street cats, and they were trying to entice them to live the life that they live. They're like, nah, I know the results. Dead or in jail. It's common sense, you know? And unfortunately, the game is not given to the women. Our women are not taking heed of the game. Unfortunately, women are the worst enemies of their own sex. Because women won't tell the other women the heartache and pain it is to live such a reckless life. So, sisters, you have to use common sense and be like, she's not telling me something. It's not happy to be raising a child by herself. The risk in that. And it's common sense. What's the likeliness of someone really wanting you if you have somebody else's child? You know what I'm saying? You have to be in a real committed relationship with somebody that has some common sense, with somebody that's respectful. You have to give your time with somebody who's got some type of respect and fear of the Lord. If not, they're not going to treat you right. And that's common sense. That's common sense. Common sense will take you as far as you want to go. If you allow it to. And don't get me wrong, when you're applying common sense, come on. When you're applying common sense, it's going to keep you from a lot of things that are enticing. Being lazy, being lustful, full of pleasure. Common sense keep you away from those type of things. Because you know the math don't add up. The math don't add up. So, 20-something years later, from the advice my foster dad gave me, I would say I respect it and I appreciate it. Because sometimes people would say something to you and you'd be like, it don't be much, And then you're like, why did he say that? Or why did she say that? It's like one little sentence. And it may not even be part of the dialogue, but it sticks. Those be your nuggets in life. Those be your nuggets. So, I hope this is something that sticks. Use your common sense. Trust your judgment. Understand judgment. Understand how it works. And understand everyone around you is designed to stop you from making good sound judgment. Practice judging situations, whether you're watching some type of TV show where people are being sentenced or some type of court situation, and come up with your own understanding. These are just small things, just to make sure, because you got to start from somewhere. But when you are using common sense, you're using your instincts, your instinctive ability to make a choice. And you can't use your instincts if you're high, if you're drunk, if you're full of fear. Or if you always allow someone else to make a decision for you. Stay as healthy as you possibly can. Because you use common sense in every aspect. What you put in your body, who you share your body with, how you present yourself. All those type of things is common sense. So I woke up this morning and that came across my mind. And I wanted to say how important it is. Because years down the line, I see how it still benefits me to operate and move in common sense. Because I've seen so many people turn from teenagers to an adults, and their lives are crappy. And it's simply because they didn't use common sense. Another thing that common sense tells you that you should do is constantly evolve. If you're dealing with humans, you must learn and make time to understand humans. If you're dealing with dogs, you must make time and learn to understand dogs. Why? Because it's common sense. People just think because they're an adult and they can make adult decisions that they have all the sense. They have all the sense to make a sound judgment. Sometimes you have to educate yourself to make sound judgments. Hope this was a blessing. Holla at y'all later on. Peace.